6 most unreal rock formations in the world.
Number 6. Chocolate Hills. The Chocolate Hills and the Ball province of the Philippines are a series of strange mounds that cover an area of 20 square miles. There are known to be at least 1,260 of them, but it's thought that there could be as many as 1,776, each of which is covered in green grass during the wet season that turns brown during the dry season, which is where they get their name from. They range in size between 98 and 164 feet tall and are actually made mainly of limestone that's covered with a thin layer of soil. The region was once covered in an ocean and was the currents that flowed across the seabed that eroded the hills, which remained standing on the water receded. Number 5. Devil's Tower. Between 225 and Devil's Tower, 195 million years ago, northeastern Wyoming was covered in a shallow sea, and most of the unusual geological features in the region date back to that time. The one that stands out the most is called the Devil's Tower, which is at 1,267 foot tall igneous rock formation that rises above the Belle Fourche River. It's believed to be the remnants of a huge volcano that once stood there, something that's supported by the discovery of volcanic material elsewhere in the state has the same chemical composition of the tower. Due to the relatively flat surrounding terrain, you can see it from miles away. And it was actually the first official national monument of the U.S., having been designated as such in 1906 by President Roosevelt for a long time. Number 4. Fairy Chimneys. The unique fairy chimneys geography of the Cappadocia region of Turkey has led to the development of several unusual natural and man-made structures, but despite there being underground cities that were carved from limestone rock, arguably the most incredible sight to see are the fairy chimneys. Their strange shape and design have puzzled travelers through the region for centuries. Couldn't conceive they were naturally formed. Instead, they told stories of the benevolent fairies that lived underneath them and blessed those that journey past, or were perhaps the complete opposite and were in fact the domain of demons. The truth, while not as magical, as equally as impressive. For a short period of time. Number 3. Eye of the Sahara. The Sahara, the Rick-Hatch structure, which is also often referred to as the Eye of the Sahara, is an incredible circular formation in the Sahara Desert in Mauritania. It's an upside-down dome that's 25 miles in diameter and reveals various layers of rock and sediment that are seen as concentric rings of varying colors. Amazingly, it was only recently that the extent of this place was truly known, because it's so fast from ground level that you can hardly even tell you're inside it, apart from the fact that there are large ridges in the ground. When seen from above, however, it becomes clear that something unusual is going on here. The inner ring, for example, is about 2 miles from the center of the structure. Number 2. Stone Forest. 2 stone forests of all the unique geological formations that can be seen across China. The most awe-inspiring is, without a doubt, the Stone Forest. Designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's 56 miles away from the city of Kunming in the Yunnan province and covers an area of almost 150 square miles. It almost seems as if the stone pillars are emerging from the ground like stalagmites, or that there are petrified trees, but the formation was far more complicated than that and has taken a very long time. The region was covered in a shallow sea around 270 million years ago. Number 1. Menkupuna Rocks. Water. The Menkupuna Rocks to the west of Russia's Ural Mountains in the Komi Republic. There are 7 isolated stone pillars known as the Menkupuna Rocks, or alternatively the 7 strong Men rock formations, and between 100 and 140 feet tall. There seems to be no reason why they should be stood there. But the incredible truth of their origin lies 200 million years in the past. Back then there used to be tall mountains in the area, and amazingly, since then the mountains were worn away by snow, wind, rain and heat.